Greetings everyone. In this video we're going to take a look at the iPhone Air and why this iPhone is different than any other iPhone Apple has ever produced. And I'll go over what changes the iPhone Air 2 might have in the future. So the iPhone Air comes in a thinner box, as you can imagine, and it comes in 4 colors. They are space black, cloud white, light gold, and sky blue. For this review, we're going to be taking a look at space black. So the iPhone Air has 3 different storage options. We have 256 gig, 512 gig, and 1 terabyte. This configuration is the 256 gigabyte model. And there's 2 strips on the back to open to break the seal. Apple has eco-friendly packaging and there's no shrink wrap. So we'll put it down and take the top off. And there it is. There's the iPhone Air. It has a little bit of a screen protector here that shows you where the buttons are. We'll take it out of the box. And the first thing that I noticed right away is how thin this iPhone is and how light it is. Very thin and light. And it's shiny around the edges, shiny black, and then it's more of a matte kind of black on the back. But yeah, very, very thin phone. So we'll peel the top off and there is a display. It's like an edge-to-edge display, really nice. And so we'll start by taking a look at the bottom, and on the bottom we have one USB-C port. It's a 2.0 port, not a 3.0 port, unfortunately. It has 2 microphones on the bottom as well, but no speaker on the bottom. So we'll turn it a little bit and look at the right side of the iPhone, and on the right side we have the side button and also the camera control button. And the camera control does the zooming and back to the front center stage camera. And we'll turn it more and we'll take a look at the top, and there's no buttons on the top. Turn it to the left side of the iPhone. And on the left side, we have the action button and the volume up and down buttons. So we'll turn it a bit and we'll take a look at the back. And for materials, it's a titanium design with a ceramic shield 2 on the front and a ceramic shield back. And this particular color does show fingerprints pretty quickly. And we'll take a look at the camera. The camera kind of sticks out a little bit there. It's a 48 megapixel Fusion main camera with a 1.6 aperture. Support for super high resolution photos, 24 megapixel or 48 megapixel. So it has a 1-time and 2-time optical zoom, and it has a 10-time digital zoom. And in the top of the display in the front, we have one 18 megapixel center stage camera with a 1.9 aperture, a 1-time built-in speaker in the top. It's the only speaker it has. It has 1 built-in microphone and the dynamic island. So we'll put it down for a sec and we'll take a look at what else is in the box. So we'll uncover this and pop it out, and right here we have the charging cable, which is a braided newer type cable, USB-C cable, and it is 1 meter in length. For the iPhone Air's battery, we have video playback up to 27 hours. Video playback streaming is up to 22 hours. And the iPhone Air can fast charge up to 50% charge in 30 minutes with a 20-watt power adapter or higher. Or if you're using a MagSafe charger, you can use a 30-watt power adapter or higher for fast charge. So now we're going to see what kind of instructions Apple has in the box. I think it's very minimal. And actually, these instructions just tell you that there is no physical SIM card anymore with these iPhones. It's all eSIM. So now we're powering it on and we're just going to go through the first time setup. I'm going to use my old iPhone to transfer everything over to the new iPhone Air. And it's pretty seamless. You just scan it and iCloud signs in and everything's pretty automatic. You just go through a few of these setup screens, agree to the terms, and before you know it, all your stuff's there on your new iPhone. And if you're using Apple Pay and the credit card stuff, you will have to add those again. And then it asks you to set up the Apple Intelligence. You can do that if you want. And then it tells you what these buttons do, like the camera control and the visual intelligence you get with the camera, and the action button. You can control different features for that, and then the satellite and the SOS messaging and all those things, crash detection. And then get started. And there you are to the home screen. And it's quite a nice display here. So as far as the display goes, it's a Super Retina XDR display, just like the iPhone Pro. 6.5-inch diagonal screen, 2,736 by 1,260 pixels, resolution at 460 ppi, 2 million to 1 contrast ratio, 1,000 nits max brightness, typical. Goes all the way up to 3,000 nits peak brightness outdoors, which is pretty phenomenal. And it's 120 hertz ProMotion display, and it's capable of an always-on display. So as far as the chip in this phone, it has an A19 Pro chip similar to the iPhone Pro. It's a 6-core CPU with 2 performance and 4 efficiency cores. It's a 5-core GPU instead of a 6-core GPU like the iPhone Pro, with neural accelerators, 16-core neural engine, and hardware accelerated ray tracing. So we'll take a look at the camera now, and it has a 1 and a 2 times optical zoom here, and it has a 10 times digital zoom. It has a dual camera, so it can take video at the same time, front and back cameras. It has the camera control that has a zoom, and then it can even go back to the center stage camera, the front camera, and it can zoom in and out, which is pretty nice. And so now I have an iPhone 13 Pro, and we can just compare these two together. So the iPhone 13 Pro has a 6.1-inch screen. The Air has a 6.5-inch screen. The 13 Pro weighs 7.19 ounces, and the iPhone Air is 5.82 ounces. So the iPhone Air is definitely lighter, feels lighter, although it has a bigger screen. And as far as the dimensions of the iPhone Air, the height is 6.15 inches, the width is 2.94 inches, and the depth, amazingly, is 0.22 of an inch. And here you can see the size differences here, and especially the width of these phones. It's kind of crazy. The iPhone Air is so thin compared to the iPhone 13 Pro even, and lighter. Definitely feels a lot lighter. And you can see on the bottom as well, the difference in thickness is quite substantial. And on the top, even with the camera bump sticking out, it's still quite thin. Yeah, I think it's amazing Apple could pack all this technology into such a slim design. Pretty much an iPhone Pro on the inside and the screen. Pretty remarkable, and how light it really is. When I put it in my pocket, I really don't know it's there that much. So just some specs on the weight for some other phones. The iPhone Air is lighter than the iPhone 17 Pro, and it's also lighter than the iPhone 17 as well, pretty substantially. And it's a bit heavier than the old iPhone 13 mini. You remember that one? And also heavier than the iPhone SE. But keep in mind, those phones are much smaller phones, much smaller screens. So compared to the iPhone 13 Pro, here, yeah, much lighter. So now we'll compare it to a larger screen phone. This is the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and the screens are almost the same size. The iPhone 15 Pro Max has a 6.7-inch screen. The iPhone Air has a 6.5-inch. The iPhone 15 Pro Max weighs at 7.81 ounces, where the iPhone Air is 5.82 ounces. And although I love the iPhone 15 Pro Max, it really feels like a brick in your pocket. It's that heavy. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Now, just comparing these, you can see the thickness. It's definitely a major difference here between the iPhone Air and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Definitely a big difference. And that right there can be worth it to a lot of people, if they want a very thin, light phone that has pro capabilities. Definitely appealing, I would say. So now we'll take a look at both screens of the iPhone Pro 15 Max and the iPhone Air, and their screens are very similar sizes, just a little bit smaller for the Air, but definitely both have high quality screens, similar screens. And so here I'm just going to compare both cameras on the zooming. The Air is on the right, the iPhone 15 Pro Max on the left, where the zooming is definitely different. It's definitely less on the Air, but you still have that digital zoom, which is still quite good. So here I can show the zooming capability of each of the three phones. This is the iPhone 13 Pro optical zoom. This is the iPhone 15 Pro optical zoom, which obviously has the 1 time, 2 times, 5 times. So it zooms in quite a bit. And this is the iPhone Air's optical zoom, is just a 1 and 2 times. And I did notice on the back of the iPhone Air, in this top area on the back, it gets a little bit warm, and I suspect that's where the A19 chip is. And so with this phone, Apple is using its own new C1X cellular modem. It's a 5G modem and has gigabit LTE. And for Wi-Fi, Apple is using its N1 wireless networking chip. It also has Wi-Fi 7, has Bluetooth 6, it has Thread networking technology, and it's Apple's second generation ultra-wide wideband chip as well for the Find My network. I found the iPhone Air appealing because of its lightweight. Nobody wants to carry a heavy phone around in their pocket if they can help it. The iPhone Air excels at being a powerful phone with a larger display and the A19 Pro chip. I was really amazed at how thin and light this iPhone really was. Really remarkable. It certainly is a glimpse of the future. But with the $999 price tag, having only one camera on the back with 1x and 2x optical zoom, same as the iPhone 17e's camera actually, and the iPhone 17 Pro costing only another $100 more, it's hard to justify the iPhone Air for the price point. Now, if the iPhone Air 2 has two cameras and a better optical zoom along with a lower price point, say $899, then I think it will appeal to a lot of people who prefer a lightweight, higher quality phone without major compromises on the features they use every day. That being said, I'm really looking forward to the iPhone Air 2. And that's the iPhone Air unboxing. That's all from Wizcast. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.